Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. We have here a very interesting article dealing with Brazil and Israel. And the problem is the president of Brazil, the president-elect of Brazil, who I think he's a communist. I don't think he's a communist, but just read his bio and you're going to find out the word communism or communist used many times. If you want to get drunk, do a drinking contest, and every time you read, let's say, take the Wikipedia page, and every time you read the word communist or communism in President Lula da Silva's Wikipedia page, drink a glass, and you're going to be drunk not even halfway reading that page. Not my problem, not my guy, he can be over there. But Lula da Silva is independent. Lula da Silva has balls. He might be a communist with I don't like, but it's not for me to like. But he's ballsy, and I think Brazil is independent. Now, you can go down being independent, but a communist, or going down as being, how do you call it, libertarian, and still go down, and not communism, which is the pimp Milei of Argentina. So we'll both probably go down, one as a communist, the other one as a libertarian, but nevertheless, Milei, Argentina, is not free. Got that? Brazil is free as a country. So what's going on over here? Brazil, to be more direct, Mr. Lula da Silva did not use, how to put it, fantastic words to characterize Zelensky Stein, and it seems like he said something bad about Israel now. So Israel did not like that. Israel countered diplomatically with the ambassador in, I don't know, now it's Tel Aviv or Jerusalem, I don't know, and decreed that the president of Brazil, a country with over 200 million people, he is designated persona non grata in Israel. And Brazil, because has balls, Mr. Lula da Silva said, you know what, we're going to take our ambassador, we're going to recall our ambassador from you. And it seems like they get neck in neck. Milei will not. Hey, is Argentina going to go to war with Brazil because of Israel? I mean, Milei is a wannabe, he's an idiot, but anyway, he's a deluded guy. But he works for... All right, let's see what do we have in this article. Russia Today, 19th of February 2024, yesterday. Brazil recalls ambassador from Israel. Oy vey. The move came amid a row over the Brazilian president's remarks about Gaza. So he's the guy who threw the first stone. Click, click. Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva on Monday asked his ambassador to Tel Aviv to return to Brasilia for consultations. The move came after Israel declared Lula, and I'm quoting, persona non grata, over his comments about Gaza. What's going on in Gaza? Yeah, Israel's employs its right of self-defense. The president was quoted by Brazilian media over the weekend as likening Israel's actions in Gaza to a time, this is what Lula says, and I'm quoting Lula, when Hitler decided to kill the Jews, referring to the Holocaust during the Second World War. Israel Foreign Minister Israel Katz responded by summoning the Brazilian ambassador Frederico Mayer. Holy moly, he's Brazilian as I am Zimbabwean. Got that? But anyway, for a protest, not to the ministry, but the Yad Vashem Holocaust Memorial. There, Katz called Lula's words a serious anti-Semitic attack, end quote, and showed Mayer the names of his own relatives killed by Nazis. Oh, okay. But see, I was right. All relatives killed by the Nazis. But that's not the point. There's something else. But anyway, and I'm quoting, "We will never forget nor forgive," Katz told Mayer, according to his post on X. And I'm quoting, "In my name and in the name of the citizens of Israel, tell President Lula that he is persona non grata in Israel until he takes it back." What if he takes it front? Now, Lula has stood by his words, however, and ordered Mayer back to Brazil. I think he just left him over there. Just stay over there. The Brazilian embassy in Tel Aviv will be run by a chargé d'affaires, which is downgrade in diplomatic relations. Lula's wife, Rosangela Janja da Silva, defended her husband on Monday, saying his words, and I'm quoting, referred to the genocidal government and not to the Jewish people, end quote. And I'm quoting again, I am proud of my husband, who, since the beginning of his conflict in the Gaza Strip, has defended peace and especially the right to life of women and children who are a majority of victims, end quote. Janja wrote on X, and I'm quoting again, Janja. I am sure that if President Lula had experienced the Second World War, he would have defended the Jews' right to life in the same way. I think so too. Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu described Lula's comments as crossing a red line. Okay. Netanyahu declared war on Hamas after deadly... Okay, remember that one because you're going to need it at your next place of employment. They're going to ask you about how many and you have to say it. If you don't, you don't. That's like, we know when you write, when you apply for a job, they ask you about your education and experience. That's going to be the third one. Education, experience, the number of in Papua. Anyway, my friends, here it is. The International Court of Justice asked Israel last month to refrain from actions that could be considered genocidal. They haven't been involved, so fuck off, right? Following a complaint by South Africa under the Genocide Convention. And I'm not talking about Israel right now, but that's, for me, it was like nothing. It's like you tell someone that you might suspect he is involved in a rape, tell him, hey, refrain from doing that in the future. Well, okay, what about what happened? Oh, nothing happened. You didn't do it. So, but just be careful in the future. All right, so Lula da Silva recalls the ambassador. And now, as I said, my friends, on this planet, there is independent countries, there are vassal states, and there are countries that are in limbo. You know what limbo is? When you wait over there, the judgment day, like for instance, the newborn children that die at birth or below under 1 year of age or something, they stay in limbo over there. They don't know how to be, they're like innocent, but we're going to find out. You're in between, the same. There are countries that are in limbo. You don't know yet. Why? Because the big guys, the free independent countries, which are just a few, I will name them for you, they decided that there's no interest yet. Economic interest as a resources, labor or market that you can sell your garbage, or it's a military strategic position. So if you have a country that really has no interest, it's going to be independent, which you're not going to hear about. Any violations or any kind of rights coming from the American lecturer, okay? And you're not going to hear about it until they decide that it's a problem over there, we need to intervene because some other interest we got over there. A market is open, the Russians are moving in, we have to counter them, or something like that. Let me give you the list of independent countries. Why do I call them independent? Because they are the countries that can oppose certain interests. Global interests. When you hear those countries like Brazil right now make statements and say, you know what, we're not going to bow down to you. That's a clear example of a free country, which can, hurt people's feelings and say, well, maybe we got a point here. So let me give you the list. I'm not talking about the big interests, because the big interest, the financial interest, the military interest, and energy interest on this planet, they have United States caught by the balls. So through the United States of America, they get the vassal states. All right, that's the one. So the United States is independent, but those guys are not in charge of Russia, and there's the big fucking problem. They're not in charge of Russia or China. If they would be in charge of these guys, there would be no war in Ukraine. But they're not. That's the big problem. Once they are, there will be no war. There's going to be Pax Americana forever and ever. Okay, idiotic statements, but that's what these guys tell the baboons. And us too, but hey, we're not baboons, we're just chimpanzees. Okay, so what do we have here? We have United States of America, we have Israel, we have India, we have China, we have Brazil, we have Russia, obviously, we have North Korea, we have the bad country of Iran, right? And what else we have? Venezuela, kind of. tries to be in between, but Venezuela as Cuba, maybe Nicaragua. That's about it. These are the countries. If I missed one or two, I apologize, but I don't think there's more than one outside of. I don't want to mention Hungary because Hungary tries to be independent, but is not gonna do anything close to Lula da Silva. So that tells me there's a few things, red lines that an independent country can cross. And when they can cross is because they're independent and strong. Hungary cannot cross what Brazil crossed, that's for sure. Look how it voted in the United Nations General Assembly regarding certain things, and you're going to figure out. And not only that, but anyway, they can call, hey, we got Soros out and all that. That's Soros, but Soros. So here is, my friends, Lula da Silva, big balls, and he's tough. He's tough. The communist is tough. That's good. That's good because it seems like he wants to keep his country independent versus other countries like Argentina, which is not independent. And Milei was going to get you guys more shackled. You'll see. In the name of liberty. Like these guys. Keep people keep more censorship in the media or here to save democracy. Basically, shut those guys up in the name of democracy. All right, so the same here. Yeah, you're okay, Milei. We're gonna give you liberty. Argentinians are gonna give you everything, but you're gonna be shackled by by the interest I mentioned. Interests, and he wants to be a an idiot. That this is what happening with people with no knowledge. That is, he didn't read anything, or maybe he's just a weasel who knows exactly what he's doing, and he's just trying to kiss someone's cock, not ass. I go straight to the source. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.